This 4.5 independent practice is on my desk, so go grab it right now if you don't have it. I'm going to do some of it, but you're going to do the rest for me to turn in for a grade because I need to see what y'all can do. Number 5 is vocab. It says a blank is a set of equations that have the same variables. So that's just what we've been working on this week. It is a system of equations. The systems of equations that we have been working with both have the variables x and y in them. Number 6, 8 friends started a business. They will wear either a baseball cap or a shirt imprinted with their logo while working. They want to spend exactly $36 on the shirts and caps. Shirts cost $6 each and caps cost $3 each. Write a system of equations to describe the situation. X is going to represent the number of shirts. Y is going to represent the number of caps. Okay. I'm going to use my highlighter so I can go back and kind of match things up to help me write my equations. I have, with yellow, I'm going to highlight that they said X is going to be the number of shirts. So I'll go back up here because it said shirts are $6 each. So that will help me match that number with that variable. I'll have a 6x somewhere. Okay. Then in orange I'm going to match up that they said Y is going to be for the number of caps. The important information up here. Caps were 3 each, so I know 3 and Y are going to be matched up. The equation, the best way to start it is to set it equal to the totals. There's going to be 2 totals that they talk about up here. Okay, so I'm going to have equals and equals. Now, the first one is kind of tricky because they set it right off the bat, and so some of you might have missed that the total of shirts and caps is going to be 8 because these 8 friends started a business, and to help support their company, they're either going to wear a cap or the shirt with the logo on it. So this is the number of friends. So I'm going to go ahead and set that equal to 8. Some of them are going to wear the shirts, some are going to wear the caps. I don't know how many of each right now, so that's why the variable stands for them. So X was the number of shirts plus Y, the number of caps, has to add up and be equal to 8 for those 8 people that are starting it together. Now I can use the part that I highlighted because I'm going to set it equal to this total cost of 36. So my number of shirts, and they are $6 each. So 6x plus my number of caps, which were $3 each, 3y equals 36. Now for me to be able to graph them, I need to switch it around to slope-intercept form, okay? I'm just going to do that over here in the margin. So I've got x plus y equals 8. My goal is y equals mx plus b. So the only thing on this one I need to move is that x needs to go to the other side. It is a positive x, and I don't want it here. So I think of something I can give it to help it cancel out. Since it's positive, I need a negative x. So it's going to say y equals. I have these 2 terms. They're not like terms, so I can't take an x away from an 8 because the 8 doesn't have an x. So I have to keep them separated. So I have to determine which one I really want in the front, and for my goal to be able to graph it, I need the x term first. So this positive 8 I'm going to push to the back. Okay, so put a star right here because the one that we will use to graph it is y equals negative x plus 8. This other one that I need to rearrange, I'm going to do right here. I'm going to write my goal above it. Okay, so my y is in an okay place. Well, this x term has to be behind equals. This is a positive 6x, so I need to subtract 6x to move it. So 3y equals, because I just brought him down. He's still there, because whenever I canceled, it was just this. I have to pick which one of these goes first, because this one doesn't have x's, so I can't subtract it and get like a 30. It doesn't work. They're different. Keep them separate. The x term happens first. So I'm pushing that positive 36 to the back of the equation. Okay, so at least now my y and my x are sitting in the right spot. I don't need this 3 by the y. I just want y equals. They are multiplying, so I need to divide everything by 3. Y equals. I got a negative 6 over 3x plus, I have a 36 over 3. All I have to do now is reduce. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2x. 36 divided by 3 is a positive 12. So I'm going to write this equation back up here by that one. I had rearranged this to get y equals negative 2x plus 12. These are the ones you're going to be using to graph it. I'm going to let you graph it. Remember, you're going to start with the number at the back. That's your y-intercept. You're going to graph that first. Then you look at that number in front of your x, like this one's a negative 1. You make it into a fraction so you know how much to rise and run. Okay, so these axes are both counting by 2's. So even though like you'll have to go down one and right one, just go down a unit, right a unit, and it will work. Even though it's counting by 2's, it's okay. Since they're counting by the same intervals, you can do your slope like normal. So you will graph both of them, and then down here, you'll be answering that question. So even though you're going to end up with some point, like an x and a y number, like an ordered pair, you have to tell me, what does the x stand for, and what does the y stand for, okay?